Anime can make us laugh, inspire us, and sometimes completely break us. But one emotion it captures better than almost any other medium is grief. Not just sadness, but the weight of living after loss, the guilt, the isolation, and the search for meaning. From its silent voice to Oshinoko, anime explores grief in ways that feel deeply personal, often turning pain into something quietly beautiful. So today, let's look at how anime portrays grief, not just through tragedy, but through healing. Let's start with the silent voice. It's not about death in the traditional sense, no funerals, no final goodbyes. Instead, it's about death of connection. Shoya Ishida bullies a deaf girl named Shoko Nishima, only to become a social outcast himself when the tables turn. Years later, he lives with crushing guilt, a grief for the person he used to be, and the relationships he destroyed. In this story, grief isn't loud, it's quiet, shown in how Shoya avoids eye contact, how he isolates himself, how even the framing of scenes cut him off from the world. It's grief not over someone's loss, but over who he lost himself. The film uses silence as his language. The moments without dialogue, the fireworks scene, or when Shoko tries to end her life, speak more than any words could. It's a story about learning to live again, to accept forgiveness, and to forgive yourself. A silent voice shows that grief isn't just about mourning others. Sometimes it's about mourning the person you used to be. Now let's move on to No Shinoko, which takes grief to a completely different place, one lit by stage lights and filled with lies. The series begins with the death of idol Ai Yoshino, a shocking moment that sets the tone for everything that follows. Her children Aqua and Ruby are left with the grief that shapes their entire identities. But what makes Oshinoko fascinating is how it twists grief into purpose. Aqua's obsession with revenge isn't just anger, it's grief that's been repurposed. Every decision he makes is a refusal to accept his mother's death. Ruby, on the other hand, handles it through denial. Her dream of becoming an idol like I isn't just ambition, it's a way of keeping her mother alive, even if it hurts. The series turns grief into performance. Every smile, every show, every perfect act hides the trauma underneath. It's a commentary on how society and fame force people to hide their pain behind applause. In Oshinoko, grief becomes both a prison and a drive, a reminder that love and loss are often the same thing in disguise. Obviously, these aren't the only examples. In Your Lie in April, Kosei's music dies at the loss of his mother. It is until he meets Kaori that he learns to play again, to live again. But when she dies, the cycle repeats, except this time he doesn't stop playing. That's growth through grief. Then there's Anohana, the flower we saw that day, a group of children torn apart by the death of one girl. Their grief freezes them in time, unable to grow, unable to move on. Only by facing that pain together can they finally say goodbye. And Made in Abyss, it takes it to a darker place, where loss is constant and survival means learning to accept it. The beauty of this series lies in how it balances horror with tenderness, how every scar tells a story. In all these stories, grief isn't the end, it's the beginning of something else. Something painful but deeply human. Anime doesn't just use grief as a plot device, it treats it as a journey. One that doesn't always end in happiness, but in understanding. Whether it's Shoya finding the courage to face the world again, Aqua realizing that revenge won't bring peace, or Kosei choosing to keep playing. Every story says the same thing. Grief doesn't disappear, we just learn to carry it. And maybe that's why anime resonates so deeply with myself and people around the world. Because in every loss, there's still a connection. And in every goodbye, there's still love. So the next time anime makes you cry, remember, it's not tragedy for the sake of tears. It's a reminder that even in pain, there's true beauty. Thanks guys for watching. It's been a while since I posted. I've been really busy with life. But new videos are coming out soon. I recorded a lot. I'm just in the process of editing them right now. And yeah, hope you guys like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.